What's happening, guys? Paladin here, and welcome to another video. Today I want to show you a new combo that I was testing recently about Branded Chimera. I made a video yesterday with replays, for the lock with Ido and Albion and stuff like that. So I want to actually explain a little bit what's going on with this. And not just make the replay video and call it a day, because it's natural that some of you not fully understand this. So as I said yesterday in the comments, actually this combo consists of two cards, one Bloody Fusion and one starter of the Chimera stuff. So either Co-Waiter or the Knight that this card searches. It's kind of different when it comes to the board that this deck usually makes, but it's pretty decent when it comes to the lock. As many of you know, the ban list is near, so I guess that Puppet has high chances to actually get banned. I don't know if that will happen, but just in case it gets banned, this is just another lock you can use with a deck that doesn't really need the Granular Dragon, and also it's kind of not that, let's say, wasteful when it comes to resources. There are two targets for this lock. The one is the DD Orthros, the Pendulum monster that some also may use for the lock in this deck, and the other one is Ido that many of you have thought to be using if Puppet gets banned. So anyway, let's proceed to the combo, and I will analyze it as the combo goes through. So you just activate Branded Fusion. And you go for Albion. For this, you just need a light spellcaster in the deck. Like, Cartesia doesn't have a specific role in this. I just prefer to use her for the Albion because I can, add her back in the end phase. So let's say we dump Cartesia and Albaz and go for Albion. And from there, you start the usual Chimera combo. You discard Co-Waiter to add the Banished Knight, or Mirror Swordsman, or whatever the fuck its name is. You normal summon that shit, and summon Baphomet, which is, as I told you before, it's a patchwork for the deck, because it adds a beast and also, a spell, a fusion spell for the Chimera stuff. So we activate its effect, add the Chimera Fusion and Kit. Kit is basically the card that connects the two archetypes, like Branded Chimera. This is the, let's say, the point, the card that connects the two archetypes together. So you special summon her. You know how the combo goes, alright? You special summon her, you add Branded in white. As I told you yesterday, this combo is legal post Age of Overlord, so probably post October. You can't make it now because we don't have the Baphomet fusion. The new guy that comes out in Age of Overlord and dumps a fiend in the graveyard. When I first read the card, I wasn't sure. I thought that it wasn't that good or that impactful. I was like, okay, it can just do the Foolish Burial effect for the Mirror Swordsman or Co-Waiter to have another negate. But these days I was like, it dumps a fiend, and then I was like, Ido is a fiend, and then I remember that Orthros is also a fiend. So this guy basically can work as a Granular for like two targets that are possible for you to use if Gimmick Puppet gets banned. So let's go for the usual play, Chimera Fusion. We will go for the Phantom Beast King, so we can rip off one card from our opponent's hand. This is the standard play with the Chimera stuff. You just, in the usual, let's say, strategy, you go and summon the Rimbram and dump the Gazelle to go for the combo. While in here, you basically focus on the lock, but the rest of your board is not that weak. Like in the, let's say, regular Despia build, when you go for the lock, most of the times at least, you have to waste resources. While this one, it just needs 2 cards, and the rest of the 3 cards in your hand are, you know, stuff that you can also use to make your board better. So Chain-Link 1, the Chimera that we summoned. Chain-Link 2, Gazelle to special summon the Mirror Swordsman or Co-Waiter. Doesn't matter because this guy here, the card that is special summoned, will be used as a fusion material just in a little bit. You could go directly for the Baphomet fusion with Kit and Baphomet on board that we had earlier, but I prefer to go for this one first. First of all, for the 1 card ripoff from our opponent's hand. Secondly, because this is a fusion, and this can be used with Branded in White and Fallen of Albaz to go for Mirror Jade without having to go for Lubellion and discarding 1 more card. So you basically you won't waste another additional card from your hand to go for Lubellion, which is the standard line in the usual Chimera Despia combo. So here we play the Chimera Fusion, as you can see. We go for the Baphomet. As I told you, this guy was very underestimated when he was announced in the OCG. And I thought too that he's not that useful in this strategy. But then I thought that some targets are fiends. So this guy, as you can see, can dump both Orthros and Ido. Whatever of the 2 you want to use, it's legal. It's a legal target for this guy and can be summoned with Albion in your opponent's turn. So let's say I choose Orthros, I dump Orthros here, and I, play Branded in White afterwards to go for Mirror Jade with the Chimera in the graveyard and the Fallen of Albaz without having to waste another card. Like as you can see, I only took 1 card from my hand to shuffle back for Kit's effect. I didn't really need another one, so this is let's say a pure 2-card combo. You just need a 3rd card to shuffle back. You don't need a 3rd card for the combo. So it's mostly a 2-card combo. You also have 2 more cards in here, and you will also get Cartesia in the end phase. But it's not only that, like you will see in a bit. First of all, Chimera's effect resolves, so 1 card minus from our opponent's hand. Secondly, we now get Cartesia back in hand to have more plays and more follow-up in the next turn. And once our opponent goes to their draw or standby phase, you special summon Kit in your side of the field and Orthros in your opponent's side of the field. This card basically works like Aluber. Like Kit in this deck is basically an Aluber, as you can see. So Kit adds back 1 Branded Fusion in hand, and you have pretty much locked your opponent, and you also have a fucking follow-up. Like you have these 2. You can also add back the Chimera Fusion later on, and you also have Mirror Jade's effect. You have this guy over here. Like you have all the stuff you need to OTK next turn. It's not just the lock. Like most of the times in the usual branded builds, if your Albion doesn't resolve, you barely have a follow-up after that. Like you don't have the resources, while in here you do have stuff to play. Like even if this effect wouldn't resolve like Albion's and you wouldn't get Kit and Orthros, you still had Cartesia and the Chimera Fusion. And not only that, you also have 2 negates in the graveyard. You have the Swordsman, that is basically a negate for monster effects on board, and Co-Waiter. Co-Waiter can protect your stuff that are on board from impermanence, Anchor, Veilers, shit like that. So as long as you have a Chimera Fusion on board, you do have this guy. So basically you have the lock, you have the two negates in the graveyard, you have Mirror Jade's effect, one card minus from your opponent's hand, and a fucking follow-up to OTK easily next turn. Obviously, as any other branded combo, any other variant, you need your branded fusion to resolve. If your branded fusion gets asked, for example, you just go for the Chimera combo. You won't have the lock, obviously, because you need Albion for that, but you will have the Chimera interruptions, plus the graveyard interruptions, plus whatever else you have in hand. Like this variant also plays the patchwork stuff. In terms of resources, this is a huge plus in my opinion. So this was pretty much the lock. It's not really different than the usual build. Like in the usual build, you also have the two interruptions in the graveyard. You just, have an additional way to win. You know my opinions about the locks generally. Like I don't even play the puppet, but I thought that many of you, if the puppet gets banned, you will want an additional, choice, let's say, to actually play another lock. Like most of you motherfuckers like the locks. All right, so I know that many of you like those, and as I said, I won't really judge you about that. Like if you like it, go for it. It's your playstyle. Do whatever you want with it. It's not my cup of tea, let's say. So this is basically the combo. As I told you before, this archetype has a huge potential in my eyes, because the illusion, it's a new type of monster, and I believe that Konami will keep supporting it in the upcoming main sets, because it's something they want to promote, they want to boost, and that will give either direct support to the illusion monsters, like the Chimera ones, or indirect support for illusion monsters generally, that may also help this archetype. These two archetypes together are not bad. This isn't the optimal way to play branded. Like I'm fucking honest with you. I prefer either the regular builds or the synchro build, but this one has potential, and I believe that the support for this card, the support cards for this deck, are not over. Like branded will not get new cards because the lore is over for now, but the Chimera stuff may get some more stuff to actually boost their strategy, that may also benefit this variant here. So this is pretty much what I had to say about this combo. I want to show you step by step, so you for yourselves understand what's going on, because some of you, as I said, may not really get this, and I kind of agree, because when you see a replay video, it's very fast, it doesn't explain the steps. So I was like, alright, I will also make a commentary video explaining the combo, so you guys can see step by step how this may work. It's a very, very fun variant to play. Like, it's something new. Okay, I'm really enjoying playing this. Chimera can also be splashable in other decks that they don't need their normal summon. Like, I've tried this also in Castira. People in the OCG play this with the Horus cards. Like, they use the Horus cards to have the rank 8 XYZs for negates, like stuff like number 38 or shit like that. And they also have the resources, the Guardian Chimera, all the stuff that the Chimera engine provides. So for me, it's underestimated. I get why people started to buy out on this shit, because the Chimera Fusion that we used earlier to rip one card from our opponent's hand can work really well in stuff like Labyrinth. This engine can be splashable also, as I said, but it kind of started to have some success on local and OTS level. Like I've seen these past weekends, post Duelist Nexus, that some people topped their OTSs or locals with branded Chimera, and this is basically, in my opinion, the reason that the prices kind of went up. So it's not about the Labyrinth only. It's also about the branded variant, mainly about the branded variant. So as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this shit here, not specifically the branded variant, if Chimera gets involved in the future in a tier 1 strategy, like even if it's with branded or not, it has potential because it can offer resources, it can be aggressive. In branded here, it can be an additional way to play if your fusion gets asked, because you just need one starter, one co-waiter, or one knight. You don't basically need branded fusion to make all that board. Your board obviously will be a little bit weaker, but it's not like the regular branded build where your branded fusion gets asked and your turn stops there. This is like a plan B in this deck. So this is pretty much it. This is what I had to say about this. Let me know what you think about it. As I said, I'm not a fan of the locks, but I want to show you an additional way, a different way to play this variant with this new card that, as I said, will be legal either October or November, whenever they decide to release the new set. I haven't seen a date, so I don't really know, to be honest. You have 2 targets for it. It's a pretty decent way to go for a lock, in my opinion. So I just wanted to, guys, have you guys to have, an additional way to play the deck. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you have anything else to ask, feel free. I will make sure to answer everything. As I told you, there will be more more videos this month. I will try to also make some lives. I haven't streamed recently on Twitch or here because I have some personal stuff going on, but I will come back on that pretty soon. So anyway, this is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and see you next time.